All right, guys, what I got for you guys today is a little live trade analysis along with just market overview, but during the live actual session. So this is going to be like my trade journal for the day, but I'm doing it during the actual session. So right now it's 8:43 or 9:43 New York time. I'm just going to skip through this session and give you my live thoughts on what I'm thinking and like how I'm playing the session, what my thought process is. If I do end up taking a trade, I'll just take it live on this video, and we'll just do a quick analysis at the end too, just to kind of recap the entire session. So going into this morning, my bias is currently higher time frame bearish because I want to see this entire gap get filled, but right now I'm more lower time frame bullish because of this 4-hour and London highs that's above. So right now we ended up respecting this 30-minute. It looks like it's going to get inverted now by 10 a.m. But I ideally want to see price come up to this 4-hour and then respect this, get a sweep of this, and then look for shorts back down to the new week opening gap below, or I would probably just target the low of this range. But this morning we had this sweep, we had this dump like right off rip to come down and sweep these lows, but there was no valid entries here. First off, there was no entry model because the highest time frame is this 5-minute and it's obviously closing all the way up here. But even if there was an entry model here, I probably wouldn't have taken a long just because of the fact that there's no SMT and there's no high time frame liquidity sweep. And those are the two biggest things that are a part of my checklist. You can't even see my checklist, but those are the two biggest things that are a part of my checklist up here. And so if I was just going off higher time frame inversion, key target, which the key target's far away, and premium discount, like it's not a valid trade for me. And so I wouldn't have taken anything there, even though I am like a little more lower time frame bullish. But overall, I'd like to see something like this, and then just structure to short. Hopefully we'll like open up a 5-minute or something. That's the best case scenario for me today. And yeah, because I just want to see this continue lower. It's obvious that we're bearish after this huge dump lower, and there isn't really anything besides the tapping the new week gap that I'm thinking is going to send us higher. I think we're just going to rebalance this and then continue lower because there's all this range that needs to be rebalanced. Also on the daily, let's see. I haven't even checked this. Okay, yeah, so we haven't even rebalanced the entire daily range. So that is why I am looking for shorts right now. I'm not looking for anything until we tap this key target right here. And then from there, we'll just look for structure.
You my liquidity, price just keeps on winning, and that's why I'm increasing to me. I trade these charts all day and night, I could do this shit in my sleep.
All right, so we just now swept London high, and this is happening a little bit before 10 o'clock. So now, based off of how we react off of this level, which it's obviously looking like we're displacing through right now, but if we get a strong reaction off of this, I will look to take shorts. But if not, if we continue to just displace through here, I'm going to flip my bias to bullish and just look for longs for the rest of the day, because we obviously have this huge range to rebalance. And I don't really want to flip my bias, but if it's just clear that price is displacing through this, then I'm going to have to look to long. If you look at my bias on the day, I said, ideally, I would like to see price run to the unfilled 4-hour / London high and then look for shorts from there. If we displace through London high, then I could potentially flip bullish, but I would need to see the proper structure. So like, that's exactly what I just said. Based off of the structure we get through this, we'll also see what 10 a.m. open does. If 10 a.m. opens maybe into a gap that's created in the next 7 minutes, then I will also look for longs. But just because there's so many targets that also do need to be rebalanced up here, but I really would like to see this gap get refilled, and I think it will be at one point. It might not happen right now, just based off the structure we get. But right now, it's just going to be a waiting game until 10 a.m. now that, or until we get proper structure based off of this, because we don't have 10 a.m. news today, so we don't technically have to wait for 10 a.m. open. If everything aligns before then I'm willing to take a trade. But until then, we don't have proper structure, so we're really just waiting until 10 a.m. All right, so now that 10 a.m. is opened, and you can see that we've literally just had this run all morning with basically no retracements, or well, we had this retracement, but it wasn't a valid trade. I'm now going to be looking along because it's very obvious that we are bullish now. We inverted this 30-minute, we came higher after sweeping the new week opening gap. And so most likely our objective is going to be to rebalance this range And so that's what I'm going to be looking for. So once we get the proper structure to long, that's what I'm going to be looking for. So you can see we have a little 5 minute right here. So maybe like tap with the 5 minute and then long from there, or just anything else. But like there's literally been nothing so far. It's just been rip. And yeah. The only thing I don't like about longing now is just how premiumed we are. But at the same time, we have to rebalance this entire range that was made last night on the daily candle. Where are we at? Yeah. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what kind of structure we get. I wouldn't like taking a trade after such a rip higher, because it's probably now, like it's usual, that we'll start accumulating for a little bit. But we'll see what kind of trade we can get. If we can't get one today, then that's unfortunate, but don't want to force anything, and that's the main idea behind it. So yeah. All right, so as you can see, unless we fill this, hold up. Okay, NQ literally just said F you as soon as okay, we still have a 30-second, but so we have this 30-second here. We tap 5 minutes below. I like this. We still have those targets higher that I want to see. And yeah, so this looks like a valid trade for me. The only thing I don't like would be the target higher, because just this unfilled 15 minute and then rebalancing this range, and we're already in such a premium, which we're dumping right now, so I don't even think we'll get an entry on this unless we like soup this low somehow. But yeah, but tapping 5 minutes, that's like a necessity for taking a continuation, and we got that. And so since I'm already bullish on the day now, I would just be looking for longs, and these would be my targets, just this unfilled 15 minute. And yeah, that's all I would look for. But it doesn't look like we're going to get that. We'll see what we get in the next couple minutes and see if something better presents itself. Okay, and second thought, so we have this 3 minute that just opened up, but I probably wouldn't take this just because we're about to open up a 15 minute now, and last thing I want is to take along with a unfilled 15 minute right at my stop loss. So I would fade this. Hopefully we can get a tap of the 15 minute and then see a long out of there, especially since we're generating so much low resistance liquidity now. But this 3 minute is off the table because of that now. All right, so we got a 1 minute inversion here, and this is with an SMT at the high of this range. I don't think we're honestly going to end up getting this, but you can see we have an SMT at the high of this range right here, and then we opened up that unfilled 15 minute below. So I will actually take this if this inverts. It does fade the bullish bias, but I like the SMT a lot. And with this huge rip higher, we probably need to rebalance this range now too. Oh, I don't like that respect to the 1 minute though. Freaking chop, dude. Yeah, now there's a bunch of low resistance liquidity below. Or sorry, above. We just keep generating this. Okay, yeah. Nope, we're fading this. Setup's mid as hell. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if for the rest of the day we literally get nothing and we just chop around, just because of how big that expansion was from 9:30 to 10. And 10 might just literally accumulate for the rest of the session. So I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't want to force anything that's literally inside of just chop. And that's basically what we're starting to get now. Like maybe if you had taken a trade that was earlier on, it wouldn't have looked as bad. But as we continue to just create a range and stay inside of it, yeah, it's not going to look good. So we'll see if we can get a breakout above or below, and then look to target the opposite direction. That might look better, but ideally I'd probably want to see this 15 minute get tapped and then continue to long from there. Fast forwarding this session, we got absolutely Nothing at all. Like, we came up, we tapped this 15-minute, but this is just, I'm not trying to short off of this when price action looks like this. And it's obvious that volume has died down, so we're probably not going to get distribution anywhere. So this session is looking like it's over. We still got another 20 minutes, so something maybe could happen, but I wouldn't put my dollars on it unless some magical A+ setup shows itself. But yeah, I highly doubt that will happen. So we'll wait and see. If not, we'll do a little recap at the end, and that's going to be it. All right, so the day is now coming to an end. There was one setup that actually looks pretty decent, but I faded it because, or well, I didn't technically fade it. I was actually going to take it, but my limit order didn't get filled. It was this 2-minute right here. So we'd come up, we'd left an SMT at this high, and because of all the low resistance liquidity below and the unfilled 15-minute below, I thought this was decent. Also because like we're just not pushing higher. We tapped this 15-minute. I'm thinking, okay, this is probably as high as price wants to go, and it's now time to rebalance this range, which is exactly what happened. And so I had a limit order once the 2-minute inversed right there, and then just stop at that high targeting this, and I didn't get filled, unfortunately. You see, I missed out on a couple ticks, unfortunately. Actually, if I would have entered, it would have been right there, so it would have been like just a little bit over a 1-to-1 or under a 1-to-1. But you know, I'm not super mad over it because like even so, I'd probably only rate this like B+ just because of the range. And the fact that I'm still like pretty much overall bullish, and this is like pretty unpredictable in my opinion. But overall, like, yeah, no trades today. Pretty slow day, and it's better to be patient. Patience is a part of trading, and yeah, so we're gonna see what price gives us tomorrow, but that's gonna be it for today. See you guys.